Okay, I just gotta be honest. This video is about why you have to stop watching the news. Literally, just stop it. But before we get into it, here's the intro. I have a full list of reasons on why I say this. Let's start off with mental health. Before we start with mental health, let me give you the list. The 24-hour news cycle, sensation and the fear of monitoring the news 24/7, the bias and such segregated perspectives of it, information overload. Oh my God, it's so much to see. Sometimes there's a balanced consumption when it comes to what they say. Quality over quantity, because you don't want to trust every source that you watch. Fact checking. Sometimes if you see something and you don't believe it, it's best to watch something else to make sure and clarify that it's accurate. Productivity and focus. Action over worry. Finding balance. And at the very end of the list, we have positive news. So going back to mental health, the very beginning, you have to understand that what you're watching is not actually going to happen to you in your life. I understand that being aware of these events is a great thing, but it's not going to happen to you. You're not going to experience it. Therefore, it brings fear. It puts you in this mode of survivor mode. Who wants to live in survivor mode 24/7? Literally, the news have so many sources on how they can get to you, whether that's watching on TV, a news app, seeing it out somewhere, hearing it on the radio, scrolling on social media. There are so many ways that the news can attract you. Now, the simplest way to stop that, if you're actually trying to stop watching the news, is unsubscribe to them. Don't click on it. Don't be anywhere that's watching it. Tune it out. There's so many ways to stop watching the news. See, the truth is you have streamlined news reporters, and then you have these third-party sources that don't even know what they saying. Half of the time, the image they post on social media doesn't even align with the caption that they have, and to me, it just doesn't make any sense. So you have so much to take in and to grasp, it's kind of hard. I really just want you to know that it's great to balance it. For me, I don't watch the news, but I have people that are my news reporters. They tell me when something is happening. Half of the time when it's storming outside,
I don't even know,
because I don't watch the news. But I know that I'm going to be safe either way it go. I'm taking precaution. My precaution is to not watch the news. Let's say you're doing something very important and literally you hear the news talk about this interesting story, breaking news, and you lose your focus and your productivity by watching the news. Again, guys, these events that's happening across the world has nothing to do with you. However, yes, it's good to be aware, but why are you fearing this? Why are you giving it your time? It's not creating anything good. Okay, a sense of awareness. So what? You can drive in the car and that wreck can be on the news and it can be worse than what you're watching. So just think about it. You have a life to live. You have things to do. You don't need to flood your mind with the news reporters and everything that you see, and you don't need to believe that everything is true, because half of the time they sell things and they have to use these structures to tell a story, to make you intrigued. Come on, guys, it's a form of entertainment. If you want to find balance in watching the news, then I recommend you limiting you watching the news and find correct sources. If you just don't trust yourself watching the news because you might get stuck in the 24-hour cycle of continuously seeing the news and watching everything that you see, then find someone that call them your news reporter, and something catastrophic happens, ask them to let you know. Not to mention, when major events happen across the world, we actually hear about it. Even if it's not from a news source, friends, family, they post these events on their social media. And so therefore, you're going to see it regardless. In conclusion, guys, I'm not knocking the news and saying that they are 100% terrible. No, I just mean you have to separate yourself from it and understand that it's not you. You're not going to experience what you're seeing. It's going to be an event that shall come to pass. The news share great things too, but if you look at the statistics, just If you look at the analysis, look at the data. I can't even say the other word correctly. If you look at the data and if you actually see the news companies show you 70% of the negative of the events that go on out of 100% of everything that go on in the world. Positivity, 30%. There are some good things about the news, don't knock me, but this video is to remind you, please don't watch the news.